the morning of Game 7 of the NBA Finals, the word got out that Kevin Durant had been traded to the Houston Rockets. Damn, I wish I had gone to Fanatics Fest. I went on Friday, and Fanatics Fest, and if you don't know this, like the company Fanatics, it's like their big expo show. They have it at the Javits Center in New York City, and very
it looked like
Comic-Con
Comic-Con for athletes from the videos
yes,
I saw.
And it felt like Comic-Con. Oh, goodness, it got a little bit, it's a little weird in there.
Yeah, you saw some of the videos.
Yeah, like I was there. It was a little strange. They get a lot of people to show up, but
I'm sure the demographics were about 98% dudes.
Yes, dudes and very kind women, right?
Yeah.
And so they do the thing that is the model for content everywhere, which is we just get famous people on stage to talk to each other. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of panels that's just a lot of famous people talking to each other, which I don't necessarily find to be the most interesting thing. But I saw that my good friend Taylor Rooks was going to be interviewing Kevin Durant on Sunday, and I thought about going, but I've been working on a bunch of other stuff, so I hadn't really been able to make it over there, right? And then, of course, the word drops that this trade has been made while Kevin Durant is on stage. Now, first of all, if you think Kevin Durant found out on stage, you don't understand how things work. He may have found out it was official while he was on stage, but they did not trade Kevin Durant to Houston without him having any idea that this was going down. I feel pretty confident saying that Kevin Durant was involved in whatever the moves were, because what nobody wants to do is to acquire a disgruntled Kevin Durant. We've seen that movie. You can win, but you're not going to like it. Okay? No, he was up on what the game was going to be on that trade. Bottom line is Phoenix had no leverage. 2 years ago, Phoenix traded 4 first-round picks and a bunch of other stuff. Was it 4 first-round picks? Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson. Like, it was a haul for Kevin Durant.
Yeah, just to remember, Mikal Bridges, who went for 4 first-round picks, and they got traded for 5 first-round picks.
Yes, that is a great point.
Yeah.
This trade was the number 10 pick in the draft, Dylan Brooks, Jalen Green, 5 second-round picks in order to get Kevin Durant. And the number 10 pick in the draft was Phoenix getting its own pick back. What had been long forecast, and Brian Windhorst called this trade a year ago, that the Rockets were getting got some of Phoenix's picks from the Nets. Because Phoenix is in a position where they can't even tank to get better because they don't have control over their picks. And so the Rockets went to get Phoenix's picks because they're more valuable to Phoenix than they are to anybody else. And then Phoenix could perhaps then get those back and the Rockets could use that to get Kevin Durant. They managed to get Kevin Durant without having to give up those picks. That is crazy. But it's because Phoenix set themselves up in such a way that everybody knew they had to move him. They had ultimately no leverage. The question was just going to be whether there were teams who would be willing to trade for Durant without him saying he wanted to go there. Minnesota, Durant does not want to go there. Would you be willing to do what Masai Ujiri did when he got Kawhi Leonard? I don't care if you want to come. We're going to try this for a year, and we're going to see how that goes. Was that something that Minnesota was going to be willing to do? I think that was the question that surrounded Durant's camp. Nope. Wound up going to the Rockets. I think this was a steal for the Rockets. My best friend from growing up hit me and was like, why are we giving up all of this? We being the Rockets. Like, why are they giving up all of this? And I'm like, I didn't think they gave up all of anything. They gave up Dylan Brooks. Okay, they got Amen Thompson. Not that you don't want to have 2 very good defensive players, but they got another one of those that's better. Okay, cool. They gave up Jalen Green. I believe that to be addition by subtraction. I just don't. I don't think that young man plays winning basketball. I just don't. And I don't think Phoenix thinks it either, because everything we hear is that they're going to move him to a third team. What third team? Who the hell trying to do that? Anyway, those 5 second-round picks. Second-round picks are, you know what second-round picks are? Change. Right? Like, hey, man, this will cost you $18. Damn, I only got a 20. All right, you want some of these second-round picks then? You know what I mean?
Quarters,
they're like $1 bills, right? Or you know what they're like? They're like when you go to the casino and you hit for blackjack and blackjack's 3-2, but you did it with some weird number, so they got to give you a 50-cent piece.
Yep.
There, that's what second-round picks are, right? They just gave them a little change. out of their pockets and said that they could have that part. But I don't think the Rockets gave up anything. And if they are so inclined, they're still in a position to bring Giannis to the Nigerian ancestral home of America, Houston. He ain't got to use that funny spelling of his last name ever again. He come back to Houston, he'll be back amongst his homies. You know, just hanging out with engineers all the time. Be right there for him. And rappers. They got a few of those too. Shout out to the homie Toby. The Rockets now, what did the Rockets not have last postseason? Guy to get a shot. Right? Big moment in the game, you need it. What the Rockets didn't have was a guy to get that shot. Now they have a guy to get that shot. Huge. Because he'll be able to get that shot for the rest of his life.
Yeah, and also they extended their coach, which is their handle sulky KD insurance. Because you know who is not interested in sulky Kevin Durant?
And he's already done it.
Yeah.
Right? He worked with, Ime worked with him in Brooklyn. Like, he's very aware of who the guy is that he's getting, and Kevin Durant likes him. So this is, I think for the Rockets, this was great. Even if they don't get Giannis, I don't think they gave up anything. Because let me tell you the last thing the Rockets need. Last thing the Rockets need is the number 10 pick in the draft. In this day and age, how long is it going to be before that number 10 pick in the draft is contributing to helping you win? Like, they finished, what was it, number 2 in the conference? They should be playing a win-now sort of game, right? Now, my hot take is, if Şengün's not going to be your guy, and I think there's a ceiling on how good you're going to be with Şengün being that dude, I go trade him to get somebody else. Like, I think somebody with the type of game he has, the uniqueness of it. If you're not going to treat him like Jokic, then go get somebody else. Like, he will be the first thing. He'll be on the first thing to Milwaukee, I think, if they trade for Giannis. He'll be up there wearing, what's my man's name? The Ilyasova jersey, putting on for the home team. You know what I'm saying? I believe they're from the same place. But that's where I think that goes. But I don't think Durant's going to be guarding anybody. I think that at some point, all the years do matter. But he'll be able to get that shot, I firmly believe, for the rest of his life. The Rockets made this happen. And it continues in a long, long line of the Houston Rockets getting superstar players or some players of that ilk. Even if you take it back to guys like Calvin Murphy and Rudy Tomjanovich. Like, Rudy Tomjanovich was the number 2 pick in the draft. Calvin Murphy was a college superstar. That's why he is in the Basketball Hall of Fame. But you go after that, and I can start rattling off names from year to year. Rick Barry, Moses Malone, Ralph Sampson, Hakeem Olajuwon, Clyde Drexler, Charles Barkley, Scottie Pippen, Steve Francis, Yao Ming, Tracy McGrady, James Harden, Chris Paul, Russell Westbrook. Like, it goes and it goes and it goes. This is a franchise that has always been about having big names. And they just went and got one more. Now we're going to find out just how much he truly has